Now the sessions are more interactive. There's a lot of involvement of all the member states as well as the civil society, private sector, and you can see the product of that interaction. So the reforms are noticeable.
We think that CFS is the only space where we should talk about food security policy, and this is what we are doing till now. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lost, but this is the place where we can discuss and we can have really the right to discuss at the same equal footing as government.
My impression of the CFS this year is that there is a huge amount of goodwill in the room to really make some progress on food security.
The participation is higher, the discussions are much more meaningful, the decisions get a lot more publicized, have a bigger impact.
Je dois dire qu'il y a eu beaucoup d'avancées au sein du CFS, notamment en ce qui concerne la participation de la société civile et notamment l'inclusivité de la société civile.
El comité se ha consolidado como la principal plataforma para el trabajo conjunto de todos aquellos interesados en la seguridad alimentaria y la nutrición a todo nivel, mundial, regional, internacional y local.
Now we're seeing the private sector really growing and really coming to be almost an equal, and I think that's fantastic.
Well, it's a quite amazing space, really. I've never been in a multinational, multilateral space where civil society can actually sit in the room and participate and offer interventions on the same level as governments. So for us, that's really, really important.
Ha sido 5 años muy importantes y creo que es novedoso y fundamental para el sistema de Naciones Unidas.
As dairy and livestock has a very important role in food security and nutrition, I'm really happy to be here and to work with everybody to help nourish the world with safe and sustainable dairy.
Para nosotros el mecanismo de la sociedad civil como pescadores ha sido muy importante, ya que nos ha dado un espacio nuevo para nosotros poder venir a debatir nuestros temas.
In several sectors of global governance, you have a huge problem, and that is the problem of fragmentation. So many actors and not enough coherence. Now, in the agriculture, food and nutrition security sector, you have this unique institution of CFS, and I think that that is really an asset to the sector.
The progress has been huge. We have a voice, we can follow all the processes, all the documents and intervene.
The CFS has been dealing more and more with nutrition issues and has recognized the importance of the multiple challenges that nutrition has in the developing and the developed world.
So I think CFS has allowed a platform for organizations like my organization to air out their concern as far as the food security is concerned.
The CFS already done so much for the benefit of food security. For instance, CFS has produced a number of instruments like VGGT, like RAI that we just adopted.
Huge amount of progress has been made in the way that knowledge and science and evidence gets discussed and debated and analyzed and then presented to a policy forum like the CFS.
now when we sit in the panel sometimes, and we also have people from they are friends of the chair, where we negotiate with them.
The multi-stakeholder approach is wonderful, and private sector can work with governments, with international agencies and civil society together, and I think that coalition of all those three is brilliant.
En primer lugar, yo creo que vale la pena resaltar este espacio de gobernanza agroalimentaria como el espacio más grande que existe a nivel de Naciones Unidas y que tiene este valor de innovación de las partes interesadas.
This setting, this very innovative setting, enabled the CFS to make major progress on difficult issues.
The most important, it became more inclusive, more representative, summarizing stronger than it was before.
One of the most important things we've seen is the increased engagement. This year at CFS we had 90 delegates from 30 different countries around the world.
CFS has lived up to its mandate of being the front runner within the UN system and in all other fora for food security and nutrition